Hello, all the little children out there. I've written another story for you all today, and this is going to be a very short story this time, and it's based on the nursery rhyme of Jack and Jill. I hope that you all enjoy it. At the bottom of a hill stood a beautiful cottage, which had a garden full of beautiful sunflowers. However, one summer the waters at the bottom of the hill had dried up. A poor lady had to send her children Jack and Jill up the hill to fetch a pail of water. The children were happy to go up the hills. Jill walked through the wood with Jack, firstly to find the path to the hills. Jill especially was hoping to find fairies and sweet little flower creatures. However, before they walked up the hill, a priest in the valley warned the children not to walk up the hills, that hill was deemed forbidden. The children also heard the voices of trees whispering and warning them to turn back. Yet the twins carried on with no fear, and they took it in turns to carry the heavy pail. They eventually reached the path to the hills. A huge barbed wire fence lay across it. It did not deter Jack and Jill, as they found themselves climbing the fence and escaping the sharp edges. Jack and Jill not only went up the hill, but they ran up it. In the distance they could hear the rock giants snore in their sleep. Jack and Jill tried not to disturb them, for they knew if they woke them, it would make them angry, and the rock giants would shake the hills in anger. The giants would scare everyone in the village below if woken, as their voices echoed like thunder. At the time Jack was wearing his toy crown and Jill her toy tiara. The hill got steeper and more rocky. Yet the children knew it was the only way to fetch water for their family. Jill's foot slipped while they both climbed onto the last set of rocks leading to the top. A stone fell after Jack had caught Jill in his hand, and Jill had tried to ledge her foot on one of the rocks, but instead made a stone fall from it. The stone hit one of the rock giants below. The rock giant was furious, and all the rock giants woke up and started to shake the hills. Jill's tiara stayed on her head, but Jack's crown fell off, and his toy crown fell and it from his head, and it got broken. Jill not long after followed her twin brother and came tumbling after him. Jack got up from his fall and helped his twin sister by the hand and pulled her up and ran back as fast as he could carp her. The rock giants now were angry and were surrounding the town. Suddenly a very brave priest by the name of Ted came out. Ted confronted the angry rock giants. Not only was he a great priest, but he could play the violin in such a wonderful way. Such was his melodies that when played, that melody could pierce even the most hardest of hearts with love. As the priest stood in front of the stone giants, he played so beautifully, and there a light turned on in the hearts of each of the stone giants. Each of the stone giants were overcome with the emotion of love. The big giants repented and walked back up the hills. When they had reached the top of the hills, the giants dug into the hills. From out of those hills, water sprang up like a mountain, causing rivers of water to flow down and fill up all the rivers with deep waters yet again. and everything streamed with life yet again. All the village people cheered and thanked the rock giants and the priest. Jack's mum sent her twin son and daughter to bed. So Jack went to bed to mend his head with vinegar and brown paper that was given to him by the priest. The next morning Jack's mum was happy to see her sunflowers grown again. Jack was happy to see his crown sitting on top of one of his mum's sunflowers, which was all put together again. Even to this day, it remains a mystery to whom mended Jack's crown, and that's the end of the story. And my thoughts on here were we need to remain strong and faithful to our belief in God, even when we walk through the steep hills and face big giants, the giants of everyday life and things that happen to us that aren't so nice. The Holy Spirit is the music that changes only the heart, no matter how hardened it is. And that's the violin in the story represents the Holy Spirit that changes only the heart, no matter how hard it is. And I hope you enjoyed that story and was blessed by it. And thanks for watching. God bless and bye for now.